Hello and welcome back to the EGL9 over here in Blackpool, sunny Blackpool. My name is Benson and I am joined by the wonderful, the brilliant, the cloud Josh. How are you doing, Josh?
I'm good, thanks. Yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. This is your first time ever casting. Are you excited?
Excited. Could say that.
The glasses came on, so you're definitely going to be concentrating. That's always a good sign. And for any of you guys that don't know, Cloud are playing very, very well so far. I mean, what's been different for you guys? Because obviously iSeries, let's be honest, it wasn't the best performance. I mean, you still got a good placement, but individually for you, it wasn't the best. I mean, nicknames of James Bond were thrown around. Mainly from me, if I'm honest. But that's because we have some good banter. But still, you come to EGL9 with sort of fresh heads, and you are just storming the event so far. Well, I mean, what's the secret?
I don't know, it's just all about momentum really. Like, as you've seen from a few teams today, like Dragons, this game's like, it can just flip so easy.
Yeah.
Like, so many times, like, it's gone down to the last map just for the fact that if you win one map, it can just change the whole series.
Very true, very true. And one of the teams that you actually beat, I think it was your last game yesterday, wasn't it? It was against Curse.
Yep.
And, last round of S&D, in comes the Josh attack. It was a three-piece lightning strike, and then you got one with a Hellstorm as well. And, Curse weren't very happy about that, let's just put it that way.
Losing a round, game by 1 round by streaks, I wouldn't be happy either, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but, Black was a little bit upset, but fair enough. I mean, right now, the next team we're going to see is going to be the losers bracket round number 9. We're going to have Fariko Allstars, who you just saw on this stream, play against Dragons, and they look so good right now. I mean, they actually 3-0 Dragons. Yeah,
as you said, like, they just all about momentum. They got the momentum from the maps, and then they started gaining it and just went through the hole and just stormed it, to be honest, yeah.
They did really, really look good. And the All-Stars are going to be coming up against Curse, the team you knocked down yesterday, so you're going to know these guys very, very well. You're going to know their strats and sort of tactics that they use, I guess, very well, having beaten them yesterday. But Hardpoint Raid is going to be our first map. What are your thoughts really quick on Hardpoint Raid?
Just all about anchoring. Like, we played against Fariko Impact, and if you get that spawn, you're always going to get control of the point eventually, and like you'll just eventually gain up the points towards obviously getting the 250 score limit. Just
keep running and running at that hard point. And out of these two lineups, who do you reckon is going to be one of the fundamental players which is going to win or lose this game?
I think if Torres or Rush goes off for Fariko All-Stars, I can honestly see Fariko All-Stars winning the game, which is I don't think many people expect, but I can see it happening, to be honest, yeah. Well,
let's have a look. All-Stars been playing very well this morning. We're going to be on board with Curse Vapes, first of all. He's going to get 2 on the Hardpoint. That was nice play, shutting down Crazy and Torres. Hardpoint currently is going to be contested. It's going to be Rush. Is he going to get the kill? Picks off the 25 points and the assist. And that was some good play right there from Vapes. It's just going to take his time. But with 28 seconds left, this is now where he really needs to start thinking about that next Hardpoint.
Yeah, I think you'll eventually start seeing them push through the middle of the map or around the swimming pool side to try to fit the spawns, as there's only like 15 seconds, like nearly 50 seconds.
Would you say that's your perfect time when you want to do that, about 15 seconds?
Depending on what hardpoint, but for this hardpoint, yeah, because it's not the hard, like it is possible to break, so about 15-20 seconds. As you can see, they're starting to push through the middle of the map to try to fit the spawns.
Yep, they're trying to get into the kitchen. We'll bring up the map real quick, and you can see already the All-Star lineup are going to be setting up in that kitchen. Vapes is going to take down one through the smoke. Can he find the second? Yes, he can. Big play coming from him. There's going to be one more in there. It's currently contested. Playing ring around the rose. He doesn't get the third, though. That was so unfortunate from Vapes there. Not really much he could do, but he went very big on that hardpoint originally. As you can see, Hardpoint once again contested, now in control of the Fariko All-Star lineup. Vapes is going to pick up one, immediately pre-find to the left. He is going to be to his right, and once again, unfortunate play.
He's on board with Crazy, and you can see he knows that his team hasn't got the spawns, and you can see there's at least two Curse players at the back, so he's trying to hold spawn, and he's in engagement, and he gets taken out by Black.
Unfortunate play. Black playing very well so far. We'll just have a quick flick at that scoreboard. Black 7-4. Doing some pretty good job. Got those 3 defends as well, so getting those kills on the hardpoint. But Torres, meanwhile, 9-8 for All-Stars with those 5 defends and those 3 captures. So very much playing a lot of the objective early on in this game. Score right now 39-23 in the favour of Curse. So Curse with a little bit of a lead. Let's get on board with Mac, actually. And Mac's a very interesting player because I've said this every time I've been on stream so far, Justin. You can kind of like either correct me if I'm wrong or try and agree with me in a sense. Now, Curse with the team that they got a relatively high seed coming into the event.
Yeah, I think it was 4th.
I think it was third, yeah, Horizon, yeah. So they got a relatively high seed coming into the event, but yet they were unknown to many teams because they haven't really been scrimming some of the top teams regularly. People don't know their strats.
It's also their first event on this game. Like, they haven't been to an event for like
exactly.
It's like last 3 events, so a lot of the not top players won't really know who they are, even though they are like one of the highest achieved teams.
Very true. And for me, Mac on this game so far, from what I've seen at the event, has been going off. I mean, a lot of people said, the end of Modern Warfare 3, that was kind of his time where he should really step down. And I think a lot of people actually thought he had done that, and then all of a sudden he's come back to EGL9, and he is just looking like the player he once was in a way.
Like, as many people will know, he had a few problems. That's why like, they didn't attend a few events, and then Black works, and like, then I did obviously had Toby stepping down, so they missed a few events. So this is really, but they've been preparing online a lot, and like as you said about Mac on this game, like online he's always like, you could say let his team down, like as he's not got the best connection. But when he comes to LAN, he's always stepped it up. Obviously, he won like two, 3 events, I think it is, maybe more.
He is a very, very good player. We're still going to be on board with him. As Curse just trying to maintain this little fragile lead they have. There's 6 minutes 30 still to go. 39 seconds left on this basketball hardpoint. And it looks like Mac is going to make his way down those stairs. Smoke grenade goes down, but in comes the Hellstorm from Black. That's going to take down Torres and Rush. And, you know, Allstars, we tend to say Dragons are very much a momentum-based team, but right now it's looking, you know, like Allstars, they need a bit more momentum in this game. They need to sort of pump themselves up a little bit more. When we hear them, you know, shout across, let's go, all that sort of stuff, that's when they really tend to play their best Call of Duty. And right now, I can't hear them.
Can we go ball with Black? I want to see how he's anchoring, because he's doing really well at the minute, like 16 and 7, and so he's anchoring, as you say, like he's anchoring the spawns, which means his team can get control of the hard points every time.
What are we mentioned this yesterday. Look at that reticle he's actually using.
I've been told that it's not the best, as like to actually get hit markers, your aim has to be like right in the middle. You can't be like on the top or the bottom side of it. But that's just what I've been told. I've never actually used it.
Well, apparently this makes Black go ham, because every time he uses this reticle, he is. I mean, he's got another 3 kills right there. He's 21 and 8. And he's going to get another one, surely the second as well. Black on an absolute rampage. Finally gets shut down. But I mean, that streak Black was on right there was amazing. We'll stay on board with him. That's actually taking him to 23-9. 11 defends already this early on in the game. Really is having a very, very strong game. Sees 2 over towards that B-Dom and takes down 1. That's going to be crazy, but does get taken down by Bizzle. And, you know, if you're Allstars now, what do you have to do to try and get yourself back into this game?
Well, they're not too far behind, to be perfectly honest. It's like 60 points, 50, yeah, it's just hitting 60 points. So all it takes is them to get one control of that one hill, lock it down for a full 16, and then that's when you start getting the momentum. It's all it takes, but it's about breaking that, because at the minute you're not going to break Black with the way he's anchoring and doing his job.
So, as a pro player, if you were playing against this Curse lineup right now, Curse with a 60-point lead, about 70 points now actually, with only 4 minutes 47 left. You know, time is ticking away. How do you, I mean, what do you focus on? Are you actively calling out to your teammates, you know, we need to shut down Black. Black is on the street. We need to get rid of Black. We need to make sure we're anchoring those spawns. I mean, what's the thought process that goes into that?
I think it depends really. Like, some teams would say you just disregard the anchor and you got to try just get in the middle of it, because the way Black's anchoring, you're not really able to get him off it. But some teams would say you got to try to shut Black down, as you say. But it's all about like what map as well. Like this certain map, it's so hard to break the anchor. Look, because this is the fact, like there's so many head glitches where the anchor can sit in a set. So it's just depends really. It's all about just getting in the anchor, I think, getting in the actual hardpoint, I think, on this one.
Fair enough. As Black actually did just go down. Let's have a look at some of this All-Star line. Knife is actually on a 5 streak. Let's have a look at him. He's going to make that 6. Has the Hellstorm missile. And it's probably going to save that. He's very close to a lightning strike. 1 kill away. And that ought to do it. But there's only 10 seconds left on that hardpoint over on the right-hand side. So it looks like he's going to try and set up on the kitchen. Unfortunately, did get taken down there. That was by Black. But he did pick up the lightning strike. That's the most important thing. He did get that lightning strike. Now, in this situation, you see, I'm curious. I like picking your brains whenever we have a pro player. I'm always curious to know, because as casters, we tend to say, oh, you know, he's going to save those score streaks. But for you, if you had those score streaks, how would you use them?
I think it all depends on how the next Garage one goes. If Allstars can get control of Garage, then they'll save it for basketball, as they can get like full control of basketball, because basketball is really hard to break. But at the same time, if they do not get control of Garage, then I think if they can, they will try to use it on Garage, as they can't let the gap between themselves and Curse get any bigger, as it will be too hard to bring it back, to be honest.
Well, Curse, they're going to have control of the kitchen right now. One was in money. Knife managed to shut him down. Is going to get tagged up, though, from behind. But right now, Allstars still do have control, so we'll keep an eye out to see if Knifer is going to use those score streaks on the basketball hardpoint, or whether or not Allstars can get control over this Garage hardpoint. But as you can see, they've managed to reduce that score deficit to just around about the 20-point mark. There's 7 seconds left, and they look as if they've set up relatively well. We'll bring up the map. We can see one little red arrow making their way. That's going to be a Curse player. Evie gets that kill. This is going to be big for Curse.
Control. They've actually got the spawn as well, which is a good thing. So you can see Allstars bringing his back, and especially now they've got streaks for the next one. This could actually turn the tides really well. Like 14 Allstars.
Well, there's going to be pressure on. That's going to be a big kill right there from Rush. Immediately checks towards that middle of the map. He has a teammate, Crazy, who's just gone mental right there. 2-piece and just screaming across the table. The chant of let's go. And, you know, I think you may be right. I think we're about to see maybe a tied game, but no. One of the Curse players has the other idea. That was actually Bizzle. He gets shut down. Black's going to be on that hardpoint. Has it contested. Gets taken off a head glitch by Knifer. That was a big, big kill from him. Let's get on board with Knifer. Still on those score streaks. And he's very close to overlapping. Now, as a player, when you get close to overlapping those score streaks, do you immediately call it in, or do you just accept that you're going to have to lose one?
See, it depends really. Like, for example, like if it was like now it's rotating to basketball, it'd be a good idea to use it just for the fact that you're most likely going to get a kill. But look, if it's in an inside hill like the garage, then you don't know if you're definitely going to get it back. So
True.
At the same, it all depends if you're going to take the risk or not. To be honest, yeah.
Well, he's called in that lightning strike. That looks as though it's just going to try and secure that left hand side as he shuts down one. Isn't going to take down anymore. That was just Mac, but still, would you say that was worth?
It's delaying them from getting the points, and now Crazy's got enough Hourstorm as well, so it's working in their favour, to be honest, yeah.
And as you can see, they are in the lead now. Only 3 points, but with 1 minute 33, they have control of this. Back to Hardpoint, but Knifer does get taken off the anchor.
Curse have got the spawn now. That could be changing. That could change the whole game now.
Well, Torres is going to need to go big. Unfortunately, he can't do so. But in comes the Hellstorm from Knifer. That's going to take down Black and Mac. But still, Fariko not getting a good spawn right now. Let's have a look at Crazy. He's on a 4 streak. He was trying to anchor. Has he still got a lightning strike?
That could change. That will probably most likely win.
Is he going to use it on the next one, do you reckon?
I think it depends if they get control. It all depends if they don't get control, then I think he'll use it just to delay him, because like they need like 10, 15. I think it's like 10 to 20 points, and it's impossible for Curse to come back.
Yep.
10 points. Needs 10 points. So.
Yeah, 60 seconds left. Good maths. They need 10 more points there. Crazy. Playing very well. Has that lightning strike, like we said. Going to wait to use it. They are set up on the next one. It looks like Crazy is going to push to see if he can pick anyone up in kitchen. It's going to be 2 shuts down 1.
Big kills that was. The delays are more longer, and now I think it's impossible. Yeah, it's impossible for Curse to win now.
Yep, you are in fact right. So that's going to be 1-0 to this All-Star lineup. And considering All-Stars were behind pretty much the entire time, you know, they've managed to come back, and you just have a quick look at that scoreboard.
I'd like to point out though, if you look at the scoreboard, Curse have actually outslayed them pretty hugely. Like, you got Vapes and Black dropping more than not a whole of every Fariko player, and they've still managed to lose. So yeah, it's like really well played by All-Stars.
The important thing there was Torres' defense. I mean, if you have a look at that, 14 defense. So the most defense in the game. Black very close. He has 13. But you know, when it comes down to it, kills aren't necessarily what wins you the game of Hardpoint. It is all about your point.
The other day, like we discussed it. Like for example, TCM. Like you have Jake, and I think in pool play he dropped 51 kills, and they still managed to lose the match.
that should quite literally be impossible. I don't see how that actually happens when a team can drop that many kills and actually lose. To me, that seems crazy, because you would have thought, you know, surely those kills. Yeah. Exactly, you would have thought, you know, those score streaks would be cycling through, etc. But I mean, we saw it at the European Championships in the finals. You know, TCM coming up against Dragons. When Jake did a similar thing, he dropped 48 and lost.
You just wouldn't expect it.
It's absolutely crazy. But the next